Okay, all right. So, thank you so much for joining once again today. My name is John Ajayi, and this is our fourth class. Wow, how time flies. We started last week. We had three classes, and they have been very, very wonderful classes. The feedback that we have gotten is one of the four that is making us to go all the way to where we are today. So I want to say thank you to everyone that have been joining. It's been an amazing time to um, get more better in our Salesforce flow. Like we always say, everyone on this call or everyone that have actually been able to register for this call, they have access to this particular document. So all the lectures that we've had so far for flow, everything is here. Okay, and then also all the lecture that we had for the RevOps, everything is here from beginning to the end. We had about 8 or 9 classes. I can't remember right now. Okay, everything is here. Just try as much as possible. If you are just joining us for the first time, or you are finding it difficult to get some concept right, just go into the playlist and watch over and over again so that you can actually get the best out of the class. And then also, uh, like as promised, this is something that we are doing for the first time, but I think it's helping, except if you ask me not to share it again. As promised, all the lecture that I'm going to be using today, the one that we have used in the past, okay, everything is here. So today's class 4, as you can see it, and the lecture note is already here, so you can make use of it at your leisure time. You can share with other people. It's shareable. Once anyone have the link, they can actually have access to the lecture notes. So it's not something that is not that is peculiar for only those who are in the class. Anyone with the link can actually have access to this particular class. Okay. So having mentioned that, let us go on for today. So, like as promised, today we are going to be looking at loops. Okay, so the the class for today says loops, collections, and record trigger flow. Loop, loops, collections, and record trigger flow. And overview so far. Okay, for the previous classes, we've had flow fundamentals. We have like we mentioned. Basically, we are looking at record trigger flow for now, as time if time permits us, and if people are still ready to learn, if people are not falling off, because each and every classes as if are getting smaller. It's expected, it's normal. Okay, but if we still have a sizable number of people, okay, after we are done with the record trigger flow, we can actually go into screen flow. Um, of course, I will also push that to us as participants, like we did when we were going from RevOps into the record trigger flow. If you think that that's not the direction for us, we can vote and then we can see what we need to do next. Okay, and then we have looked at decision, we have looked at assignment, and now we are looking at loop. We are looking at loop. Okay, so today, we move beyond the flow that react to one record. Okay, understand our record collection, loop through related record, use current item inside the loop, and build scalable record triggered automation. Okay, so the objective for today is at the end, you're able to understand and explain what is a Salesforce collection. Okay, and then explain why loop is needed for multiple records, understand the current item results, and understand why DMM should happen outside the loop. I've said this before from the very beginning of this class, and then we are going to see that in action today, why you should not put your DML inside the loop, okay? And then with the practical flow builder skills that I'm going to get is build a record trigger flow, retrieve related record with get records, loop through a related record collection and modify and bulk update record safely. Okay, so from single record logic to multi-record automation. Okay, so uh, like I said earlier, I've already mentioned this. Class one, we looked at just trigger alone. Class two, decision. Class three, state and action. Okay, and then now class four, we are looking at collection. Okay, everything that we have learned in class one, class two, class three, are going to be making use of them in class four. So if today is your first time of joining us or watching this video, please, before you actually are done with this video. For example, if you are watching this recorded version, I will advise that you stop, okay, and then you go back into class one, class two, class three, except you already have the fundamental knowledge of what Salesforce Flow is. If you are not, please stop this video right now and go back to class one, class two, class three, so that you can get the best out of it and not get confused because really we won't be going into the things that we have talked about in class one, class two, and class three. So the question is, what is a collection? If you have checked my style of teaching or of passing knowledge, I don't like big definitions because it will not help you in any way. Because really, what matters is not how. What matters as a sales first admin is not how many vocabulary or you can actually say, except you are going for an interview, but how much you can actually do it. So when you understand the concept, okay, you go to any interview, even you're able to express yourself and understand what a collection is. So I will not give you a big definition of what a collection is. I will just give an example of how you can understand the collection. So a collection is a group of values or records stored together. That is just it. A collection is a group of values or records stored together. Okay. For example, we have used a single record before. Say, let's say, for example, we are saying that we're not looking at campaign. Let's use campaign object as an example. So a single record in a campaign is just a campaign member A. Okay, but it becomes a collection when member A, member two, B, member C, member D of the campaign member is grouped together. And just that is just what our definition is talking about. It's a collection. A collection is a group of values or records stored together. So where do collections come from?
Can you explain that again? Like how you try to define member A, member B? I'm a bit
Okay. All
lost.
right. Yeah, a bit confused. Okay. So are you familiar with campaign as an object in Salesforce?
No,
Oh, okay. You're not familiar with campaign. Okay, so is that who is actually speaking with me, please?
Moji.
Moji, so please don't mute yourself. I will need you to have conversation with me since you are the one that asked the question. Okay, so basically, campaign in Salesforce, we have campaign object. Campaign is used to reach out to people to get more leads into your organization. For example, let's say where you work, let's assume that you work in a bank. Okay. So there is always a marketing department and there's always a sales department. Okay. Though I believe I'm of the opinion as a rev specialist that the two are actually of the same funnel. It's just that one is at the upper funnel and one is at below funnel. But that is a debate that we can have another day. Okay. However, let's say you want to work in a bank. So it is the job of but though that's not the way bank in Nigeria works, but let's just generalize, okay? But the job of the marketing department to actually generate leads. That's the standard way of looking at things. Okay, as a salesperson, you are not supposed to quote and unquote be looking for leads all around, looking for prospects to sell to all around. No, It is the job of the marketing department, okay, to generate leads. So how do they generate leads? They host webinar, they go for conferences, they do they can use uh, tools like Apollo and some they can even use LinkedIn. Okay, so they go into all those tools, okay, to generate leads, or they go into all those conferences, webinar, and things to generate leads. Okay, once they have been able to get prospects, they try to save the prospect. Okay, do they have capacity to actually buy our product? Okay, once they have qualified the prospect and they say, okay, these guys are good, then they pack the data or the records or the people that they have, I mean, the data of people that they have gotten, and then they dump it for the salespeople. Are you with me, Mojisola?
Yes.
Okay, so they dump it for the salespeople. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to explain to you now. So campaign object is what represent that's what I explained right to you right now. Campaign object in Salesforce is what we use for that. Does that answer our question now?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other person with any other question, please? Okay, I guess none. All right, so I said, where do collections come from? The most common source is the get records element configured to return all records. And I'm going to see all this in action. Okay, so if you look at a record trigger flow, you use the get record element, and then it becomes a collection. That is, you are actually getting all, let's say you are getting all the records in that particular org. Okay, we are going to see it in action. Let me explain too much here. All right. So why do we need a loop? And this is our core today. Why should we use a loop? Why could we just use our normal element that we have been using earlier? Okay. Get record may return many records, especially if you have so many records in your organization. So you have about 800,000 records in your organization. Okay. May return so many records, but Flow needs a way to process each record individually. Amara, are you with me? Everyone having conversation with me today?
Yes, yes, I'm with you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so Flow needs a way to process each record individually. Okay, and that's where we need loop. So that's what loop does. Okay, it helps also process each record individually, but it does it in a manner of, I don't even know what to call it, milliseconds. Millisecond. If it has like 10,000 records, you can do that within just a split of a second. All the 10,000 records will actually be processed. Okay, so uh, collection becomes many records. So currently is one record being processed right now. Okay, so sequential execution. So because collection, like I said earlier, I explained this earlier. Member A, member B, member C, member D. Okay, process number B, press number C, press member D. Once it is done doing that, then it will get out of the loop. Okay, so inside the loop, Salesforce exposed a dynamic resource representing the record currently being processed, and that is the current item. Okay, and what is iteration? Iteration basically is just a way of going around the circle, going around and around. For example, you have 5 children in a circle playing together. Okay, just the way I explained it earlier, I'm just trying to simplify it right now. You have 5 children playing together. You have child A, child B, child C, child D, and child E. Okay, and they place somebody at the middle of the children. Okay, and they ask the person can use only one hand at a time, and they ask the person to touch all the five children. Can he touch all the five children with one hand? Amara,
No,
Amara,
no.
no. Okay, he has to touch them one after the
Mm.
other. Okay, that's basically that is what uh, uh, a loop is. It's just iterating, it's just repeating and ensuring that it touches all the children that are around him or her. Okay, and once it finishes touching the children, then it gets out of that particular cycle. Okay, that's what iteration is. Basically, that's what it is. Okay, all right. So let's go hands on. This class we have mentioned is not actually uh, theoretical class. It's a class that is full of action. So let's move on. So I expected that by now you should have gotten your org ready. Today, like I said, our we are going to be looking at a business requirement that says when a campaign is updated, automatically retrieve its campaign members and process each member one at a time. Then update status to responded for each member. Mujisa, are you there with me?
Yeah, but I don't understand the assignment.
Okay, you don't
The
understand the assignment, and that's why I called your name because you said that you're not familiar with a campaign. If I may ask, like how many months or years do you have in Salesforce?
I use Salesforce at work, but it's more from a user perspective, not from
Oh, okay, all right,
yes.
okay, that's why. That's why. Okay, no problem. It's fine. Like we have mentioned, we try to make the class very easy for everyone, whether you have been using Salesforce for about a year or two, or you just need to Salesforce. It's not a big deal. Okay, so you now you understand what a campaign object is, right? Mr. Please have a conversation with me.
Yes.
Okay, now from what I explained earlier, you understand what it is. Okay, now when it comes to campaign, like explained earlier, okay, you understand what it is used for now. Now there is a child object. You understand? But do you understand the perspective in Salesforce when we say a parent and a child object, right? Do you have that understanding?
Yes. I think so the parent is the I understand a bit of I don't know if I can explain it.
Please go
Uh
ahead.
so the child is dependent on the parents, which I don't
Fantastic.
know whether maybe I can use the case of like accounts and then something is
Fantastic. Like
yeah,
contact.
contact, yes. Okay.
Yes. That is just the relationship, like account and contact. Okay, good. Now let's now move on. In Salesforce, they design their architecture in such a way that you can either create a campaign member as a record, or you can use both both contacts and leads as part of campaign members. Did I explain that very well, or I should explain again?
From what I understand, maybe it's either you create a new record
Record,
through the campaign, or you can use
member.
contact or lead
Through the
to.
campaign member, because there are two different objects. There is a campaign object and there's a campaign member object. So there are two
Mm,
different objects. Campaign is the parent object. Campaign member is the child object. Do you understand that?
okay.
Now, explain to me again. Let me hear you. Go ahead.
Um,
Okay.
what did you say? I should explain. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. I'm saying that as in Salesforce, designed their architecture in such a way that you can use campaign member, you can use leads and contacts to be part of the campaign, to be campaign members that be part of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Should I, do you understand or do you want me to explain again?
Yeah, I understand. So, is it like the record in leads or contact? You can use it
Yes,
to
yes,
be part of the
yes.
campaign member.
Campaign
Yes.
member, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, now that we have established that, now let us now go on to see it in action. Okay, so please go into your org. Now, if you are using a developer org, you know that's in between a developer org and trade playground. Let me see if there is a need for me to do that or not. Please, if you are using a developer org, raise up your hand here. Let me see how many people are using a developer org. I'm not talking about trade playground. Three, four, three, okay, four, five. Oh, in fact, you have carried it. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. I need to go in there. Okay, now let's go to this place. Let's say user. Thank you so much for all the those who have raised up their hands. I really appreciate that. Because I need to explain that. Let's go to user. Please click on user. Click on users. Okay. In the user, click on the edit for your name. Your name. Click on edit. Amara, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay,
Yeah.
now you can see that on if you are using a developer org, you will see that the marketing user is not checked. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's not checked, right? Okay, so you have to check this. Please check it for you to be able to make use of campaign. Please check this, check like this, and then save it.
That's done.
That's done. Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, so now let's go back. Now, another thing that we need to do is that we need to now go into the UI and go into campaign. It's blank.
My own marketing is actually checked.
Okay, it was checked. Okay, maybe you are using you are using trade grant. It's always checked with trade playground. Okay, so now let's go into codes. Sorry, campaign. We are not gotten to codes. Campaign. All right, so you can go to all active campaign and pin it here. So you can see that all out you have now have all active campaign. Pick on any of the campaign on any of the campaigns, okay? But I will just pick the first one, DM campaign top customers. Please scroll downward on the related tab and you will see campaign members. Mojisola, are you with me? I want to say something here because they are not familiar with campaign. Mojisola, are you there?
But my own interface does not have campaign.
Okay, you don't have campaign.
Yeah.
Can you please click on more?
Mm.
Do you have campaign now?
No,
You
I'm
don't have
using the
campaign.
sales.
And you're using this sales
Yes, I'm using
app.
sales. Yes.
Okay, you should have campaign. Okay, so click on app launcher and search for campaign. Can you see it?
Um, Let me see. I put add more. Uh,
Go to app launcher and search for campaign.
App launcher. Okay.
Amara, can you please confirm you can see campaign?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
App launcher, there's no campaign. There's only product service campaigns.
Okay. That's serious. Okay, so we can't stay now and I'm helping you to troubleshoot that because of our time. Okay, so please, what you can do for yourself right now is after this class,
Yes.
if your org does not still show campaign, please go and open a a open another org. It might be an error from Salesforce because normally it's supposed to have campaign. Then you are using a developer org, you are using a trade playground. So please open another one. You should see
Okay.
campaign. Yes,
Okay.
please. All right, so let's move on because of our time. All right, now, okay, so Amara, since you have campaign members, right? So I want us to add contact to campaign. Okay, now, so let's click on add contacts.
I'm with you.
Okay, now, okay, you don't have any contacts, right? Do you have a contact? Me, I don't have any contacts here.
Yeah, I have some that are
You have
created.
some contact. Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. So let me quickly create contacts on this org. So let's do it together. Let me quickly create contacts on this org and then I'll go back to what I'm supposed to do. Like say, Amara, new Muji Solar, Muji Show, Solar, sorry. Save new and the link. Save new with underscore again. Thing Lloyd's. Lloyd's, I've forgotten how to spell your name again. I spell it very
Yeah.
well. Lloyd, are you there?
No.
No.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So it's
I'm
double
sorry.
L O I D S.
There's no R there.
No, there's no
Like
R.
this. Like this.
No. O Y, not Y O.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay. Like this, right?
Yeah, correct. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, so I think that's voice. Okay. Now let's go back to campaign, please, Amara. Okay,
Yeah.
so go back to the campaign. Uh, s- Scroll to the campaign members and click on add contacts. Okay, so check all this and then click next. Member status should be sent and click submit. Now we have added campaign members to our campaign. Okay, to our campaign. That's first thing that we need to do. Okay. Now, uh, let us go into uh, okay. So it says that when a campaign is updated, automatically retrieve its campaign members and process each member one at a time. Then update status to responded for each member. Now, this is what we are saying. Let's go back into the campaign. Click on okay. Let's go into the campaign and then click on related and click on any of the campaign members. Click on them. What they're saying is that when the campaign, the parent record is updated, okay, then anything updated, no matter what happens, just updated, okay. Then the status field, this should be changed from sent to responded. Can you see it? Should be changed to, am I
Yes.
communicating? Okay.
Yes,
Should we change to responded? So when it does, this checkbox also will be checked because it is a formula field that is standard formula field anyway, that is looking up onto this particular status. So when it is responded like this, okay, this will be checked. If I save it right now, it will be saved, but that we don't want to do that. We want to do that dynamically. We don't want to do that by ourselves. Okay. From the UI, we want to do it through an automation. All right, so that's what we want to do. Is that clear enough?
yes, it is.
Mojisola, is that clear enough for you?
Yes. Yes.
All right, good, good. All right, so let's go and build. Now, let's do flow. Click on new flow.
Please, I want to ask, for the flow, it's like it's not possible to delete a flow. Like if maybe you
You
made an
can
error.
you can delete the flow, but the process it's not straightforward. Do you want to delete the flow?
Because there are some that's like already error, and I wanted to remove it, but I found it's not possible to.
Okay. There's a way for you to delete the flow. Do I have a flow here? I need to show you. I don't have a flow that I can show you here. Do you want me to show you that now, or you are? Please contact me later because of time.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Please just contact me later. Thank you so much. All right, so now I want to do record trigger flow, right? Click on record trigger flow. All right, so you remember our business requirement says when a campaign is updated, right? So that's our start. So you say campaign, click on it, and record is what? Updated. All right, you don't have to put anything here. All right, it says that get campaign members. It says that retrieve campaign members. So like I said, always put, let's just use actions related records. Uh, click on the plus sign and get record. Okay, so let's call this get members. You can name it anything, does not matter. Okay, so get members, and then of course the object is campaign members, right? Click on it. Okay, and then from here now, like I told you, always put a condition. Very important. And what's the best one that I said you should do? You should use
Contact
The ID.
ID. The ID. Okay, the ID. Okay, so campaign member ID, right? Campaign member ID. No. Now, we want to do something. This is not what we are going to use right now. You understand that we are talking about two different objects now, right? We are talking about campaign, right? And talking about campaign members. And this is the child object. So what we want to ensure is that the record that we are getting, are you with me? The record we are getting is the one that is related to the parent record. Should I explain that again? Have I lost someone?
No, no, we're with you.
You're with me, okay? All
But
right.
you can come again for clarity.
I can come again. All right. So thank you so much. Okay. So what I'm saying is that what we want to ensure right now, want to actually get campaign members, right? That has been established. Now, but what we want to ensure is that we're not just getting all the campaign members in the org, right? Because example, you have 1 million records. in your org. You want to get everything? No. What we want to ensure is that the members that we're getting is the one that is related to the campaign that started the flow, the campaign that we will eventually update, that will start the flow. Okay, for example, okay, let me use a visual so that I will not be speaking above your head. I have this campaign named DM campaign to top customers, November 12 to 23, 2021, right? That's the campaign. Okay. But this campaign has four members, four campaign members, right? He had Lloyd, he has Andalin, sorry, Andalin. It has Mojisola and has Amara, right? Okay. So what we are trying to say is that we want to get all these four uh campaign members. Okay. So we want to ensure that our get record, what is getting are these four campaign members that is related to this particular campaign. Does that make sense, Amara?
Yes, it does. It's clear.
Yes. All right. Go. So that's what we want to do right now here. Now, you know that each campaign member we have the parent ID, right? So what we want to say right now is that we are getting the campaign member, okay, but we are ensuring that the parent ID, which is the campaign ID, right, is equals to the record that start the flow. That start the flow, which is the campaign ID. Is anybody confused? Our time is going. Talk to me. If you are confused, just speak out so I can explain again.
I understand it.
You understand? Okay, fantastic. Good. Good. Okay, great. All right, so now, how many records do we want to get? All the records. And why are we getting all the records, Bujola? Who's on this call again? Lloyd,
Because it's
why
one,
are we...
it's the one
Okay,
who wants
please,
to
go
update.
ahead.
No, I think it's because it's the one who want to see updates or something. Yeah, related to the campaign.
Yes, to some extent. I've talked about it at the beginning of the class. Why are we getting all the records? Anybody?
I think you want to look through them, like create.
We want to look through them, but I want to use the right word. We want to make them a collection. Does that make sense? We want to make it a group of records. We want to look through them. Yes, fantastic. Amara is right based on that. Okay, but really we want to make it a group. We want to put all these records now. Remember, in this particular campaign, we have four members, right? So we want to put all these four members inside a room because they are individual. I can't put them in baskets. We want to put them inside a room. Okay, we want to put all these wonderful guys and ladies inside the room. Okay, I want to bring somebody to touch them all. Okay, I've touched Lloyd's, I've touched Andalin. Sorry, why am I saying Andalin? Andalin, I've touched Mojisola, I've touched Amara. Finished. Or I've given Lloyd's his own gifts. I've given Andalin our own gift. I've given Mojisola our own gift. I've given Amara and his own gift. Nobody else needs to receive the gift from me anymore, right? So I've done everything. So we want to put these guys inside a room. So basically, that's what we are doing. Okay, so now all records, right? How to store records, automatically store all fields except said otherwise. Good. Now that we have done this, The next thing for us is also now loop through, just like Amara said earlier, loop through. So click on the add element and then put in loop. Say loop, say you can say iterate or loop. It's the same thing. Loop through the members.
Maybe if you have time, you can
I didn't
also
get that.
explain how you make decisions in selecting those elements, I said if you have time, it doesn't have to be now, like how you make decisions in selecting elements like loop, assignments. Sometimes I don't know how to decide if this is the one to go for.
Okay, all right. And then that's why I mentioned earlier that please rewatch our videos. Very important. And that's why we started from the very beginning. Okay, because if you miss the fundamentals, okay, it can be a bit challenging to decide which element to use. Okay, but in your business requirements, there will always be clue to decide which element to use. For example, look at this as a business requirement. It says that when a campaign is updated, you already know that they are talking about the fact that your start should be a record is updated. Good. They said automatically retrieve campaign members. Which element can you use to retrieve a campaign member or the campaign members? The only element that can retrieve something. Retrieve means what? It means to get something, right? Am I communicating, Mr.?
Yes.
To get something. So from the word retrieve, you already know that the element to use, the best element to use for that is what? Is get record, right? But they said something more rather than just retrieve. They said that retrieve its members and process each member one at a time. You remember my example of loop, right? That I put all these four guys and ladies in a room, and I'm giving them each one of them gifts, right? And once they have received their gifts, my job is done, right? So that is it. You know that loop is not the only thing, but don't let us go there. Just assume that loop is the only thing right now, because I don't want to go into other things that you can use, because it's way, way beyond this class for now. I don't want to get you confused. Okay, loop is the primary thing to use. Let me use that one. Let me say it's the only thing. It's the primary thing to use to to loop through, to iterate through. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, and that's why I've used a loop. Does that make sense now? Have I explained it a bit
Yes.
to you? Good. Okay, but now you now remember that we are looping through the records that we have put together inside a basket, right? And which element did we use to represent that record that we're putting in the basket? Which element did we use?
For the record, is campaign member.
No, we use get members. We use get record.
Okay.
Yes. We use get record to put all the campaign members inside the basket. So it is that particular basket that we now look through. So it's saying select collection variable, right? Collection variable that I want to select is what? Is the get members, right? I put it here now. And this one, you don't need it right now. First item to last item to first item. Just use first item to last item. Okay, so we have done our loop now. So the next thing for us to do is now for us to do assignment. Like I told you last week, and I've told you at the beginning of this class today, Okay, we are ensuring that the classes are in chronological order. The element that we have used last week, last 2 weeks, we are repeating them. But the only thing is just that the business requirements are different. So now, what we need to use right now is the assignment that we introduced last week, right? So click on this and do assignment. Okay, so what we want to do right now, we want to set the status to responded. Because remember very well, let me go back to our business requirement. It says, then after we have looked through, we are done with we have reached this place now. Okay, but it's saying something that we should do. The action is the action now. Then update status to responded for each member. Update status responded for each member. Okay, before we do the updates, we must prepare what we want to use for the update, and that's what we want to do right now. Because if I save this record now, it will do nothing. To just look through, nothing is done. Okay, now we want to set the status right now. Let's say set status to responded. Okay, now when this now, what is doing, like I told you, has become a collection. What is doing right now, it has now become a basket also. This is the real basket, okay, but this one is now looking through this basket. Because it's looking through this basket right now, it has become another basket on its own also. Okay, so we now say that the loop, remember, this is the loop, this loop, this is it. The loop, the status, I showed you the status earlier, right? The status should be equals to, it's a pick list field. Should be equals to, we click this place now, you will see all the values. Should be equals to responded. Who is confused? Nobody. Good. Because we are still going to do something that is a bit more technical. Now that we have set the status to responded, we want to also ensure that this particular, we are doing a lot of record at the same time. So we want to actually update everything at the same time. We don't want to updating them one after another. And that's why we are doing this. Okay. So we need to create a collection. Like we created a variable last week. Okay. We need to create a collection so we can actually update everything at the same time without doing it one by one. We want to update everything at the same time. Okay, so we now go to here, we then do new resources, and then click here, click variable, and let's name this campaign member to update. Campaign members to updates. Okay. Now we said that we want to update them all, want to update all of them at the same time, right? So they must be a collection, right? Click on it. And then the data type will now be record because we are updating the record at the same time. It's now be asking us which object you want to update. We want to update the campaign member. Campaign member. Okay? We want to update the campaign member. then click on done. Okay, now, like I said, we want to add another assignment, and it's a bit more technical, but there's nothing there. Just want to understand the concept. Okay, now click on here and add another assignment. Assignment, okay, and now call this assignment add to updates collection, and I'll tell you what we are doing. Add to update collection. Okay, before I do anything, I will tell you the reason. What we want to do right now is this. You know, in this place, we have already set the status to be equals to responded. Okay, but in this place, what we want to do is that we want to do everything at the same time. We want to be adding them together. So I gave the example of 4 guys in a room, right? These 4 guys and ladies, they are in the room, okay? On my right hand is Lloyd's, right? And I want to start from my right hand. Although these 4 guys are within in the circle. And I want to give all of them their gifts, right? So I start with Lloyd. Once I have given Lloyd its own gift, right? The next person for me to start to give a gift is Andalin, then Mojisola, then Amara. Okay, after I've done that, okay, I'll need to be adding them that, okay, you know, just like we are 4, right? And I'm doing 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, making what? Making 4. Am I communicating? Are people lost?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. So that is what we are going to be doing right now. I purposely did that before I do what I want to do right now, so that I will not get confused. Okay, now we have created a variable, right? A collection variable. So click here and search for that collection variable, which is what? Which is campaign members to update, right? Click on it. Operator. I said add. Like I said earlier, don't use equal because there are 4 set of people. Lloyd has gotten his own 1 plus Andalen 1 plus Mojisola 1 plus Amara 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 making 4. And that's exactly what we are doing here. We're saying that this should be added to the loop. Now click here and just click on this once. Don't do anything. Just click on it once and get out of it. Am I communicating? Amara, does that make sense? Yes. That is what we are doing. Okay. Campaign members, the variable that you created, the collection variable, add to the loop. Add to the loop. Basically, that's what we are doing. All right. So, having done that, then the next thing for us is for us to now. Okay, please go ahead.
Show me the value.
What did you pick in the value? I don't think I'm picking the right thing. It's not talking.
Okay. Henry, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, so happy to hear your voice. Okay, so from here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I do it again?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll do it again. Okay, I said earlier that we have created our variable, right?
Yes.
Click here, our collection variable. I call it campaign members to update. You have called it any name, does not matter. click on it like this. Then the operator, I told you 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, so but instead of writing 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, the Salesforce have helped us to create something. So we don't need to know how it works. What we know is that we are using it, right? So it say add, right? Then here, okay, we want to add it to the loop, inside the loop itself. So what you are saying is that I'm inside this room and I've given Henry his own. I said 1 plus 1 plus 1 until I've given everybody their own gifts, right? So it is the loop that I'm adding it into. So just click on the loop. And you see current item loop, click on it once and get out of that place. Don't click and don't do anything. Just click outside of it. It's going to add it automatically.
Yeah, I'm okay. I think the issue was the operator. Mine was
Fantastic.
equal. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I'm excited that you are okay with it. Okay, now that we have done that, then, like I've said from the day one of this class, don't ever, now they say it again, don't ever put Lloyd. Lloyd has a question. Please, Lloyd, go ahead before we do this.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you.
No, fine, it's
I
fine.
just
I understand.
I just wanted to ask, is there like a reason in particular why you like created a second assignment element? Why couldn't you like do it in the first as like the campaign member to update record collection variable? Why didn't you just add it in the previous assignment element?
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so why did we add this? Why not saying that we can add another assignment? Is that what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, fantastic. We could have done that also, but best practice says that you should separate the two concerns.
Okay, it's about best practice. It's not like
Yes. Best practice separate the two concerns. Okay, because if you do that, okay, you might. What if anybody sees your? Because, for example, you said set status to responded. That's what your assignment says. It didn't say that you should add it to collection. Does that make sense?
okay.
Yes. So separate the two. It's much better that you separate the two than you putting everything inside one.
Okay. You know, why I was like asking is because I've also watched tutorials on people doing something like this and like
Yes. They put it
do it in a
down
different
what?
way. Yeah, and
Yes.
you know, it can be
Yes.
confusing. You know, flows can be very technical. So I just want to
Yes.
get like a
Yes.
straightforward
Yes.
answer to it.
Yes.
Or yeah.
It's just the best practice says that you should separate the two concerns. Okay. Though the two are assignments, but it's better for you to separate the two. Because in the future, it might not just be about you setting the status to responded alone. You might actually have some other things that you want to actually do, other fields. Like for example, you want to say that the contact ID should change, or lead ID should change, or do not call should change from true to yes. Okay, email opt out to change. Do you understand that? Okay, so when you separate the concern that okay, this is handling the assignment itself of changing the value, but this is actually this one. What is doing is that is uh doing all the loop. Sorry, is adding everything together in a collection. This is what this is doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
I also have another question. I'm trying to understand why you use the add operator because
Yes.
the campaign member to update is like a collection it's by itself.
Yes.
It's collected all the records and why use I'm just confused. Why use add operator? Like it threw me off balance.
Okay. All right. That's a very good question. Okay. And I will answer you this way. Okay. You know that this is a collection. That is a multiple record.
Yeah.
Lloyd, don't mute yourself, please, yet.
Yes,
And
yes.
this is also a multiple record, right? So you can't use a multiple record. You can't say that a multiple record should be equals to a multiple record. You have to use add because you already put this one in a basket. You have put the other one in a basket. Okay, you're saying that okay, add this one to this one after the other, one after the. That's why I say 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1. Does that make sense now?
Mm, not.
Okay, you know what? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay.
Yeah.
When I started like learning to code, okay, because I didn't have a background of coding, okay, there's something that did not make sense to me logically. Are you with me,
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd?
Yeah.
Okay. But if a concept is is done in a way and you don't you are using for the first time, just take it hook, line, and sinker. Okay, don't try to use because you don't even have that architectural background or that coding background. Okay, you don't have it, so you don't understand what how it works. But they say that this is the way this works, and let's do it that way. Then let's do it. As you use it over the usage of it over and over and over again will become part and parcel of it. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, it does.
Yes. So please,
What
just
the reason
yeah,
why I was
please.
just asking is if
Yes.
like I'm building another flow that has like a similar use case.
Yes.
I want to be able to like confidently do it without having to
Yes.
question the decisions I make.
Yes. Yes. And that's the way that you can do it. You can't use equal.
Okay,
You can't use equal. Do you see
okay.
it? Do you see it?
Yes, yes, okay. Yes, I see it now.
You can't use equal. Okay. You must use add.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So we have answered all the questions. Any other question, please, before we go into the last element? Time is fast spent today, but I think it's a good one that we're asking questions. Okay. Now, like I said at the beginning of when we're starting this class, I mentioned specifically that when you see elements that are red in color, like update, get, delete, and then create. Okay, that has color coding. Please don't ever put them inside a loop. Don't ever. Don't ever. Okay. Always put them outside of the loop because you're going to eat governance limits. Okay. So now we want to update, right? We want to update. So let's say update triggering record. Say update campaign members. All right. So the question, how do you want to update? How do you want to find the record to update? Okay. Is it that I want to use the campaign record that triggered the flow? No. Do you want to update records related to the campaign record? You don't want to update you don't want to do that. You want to use the ID and all fields value from a record or record collection. Yes, this is what we want to use. This is what we want to use, okay? Because we have created our collection variable, right? And that's exactly what we want to use, okay? So now that we have picked this, it says that record collection. So click on it and look for your variable. which is this, right? This is record collection that you created. Then click on it. And that is it. Is anybody finding it difficult to pick that? Nobody. All right, so let's save our flow. Okay, so today let's call this flow. What do we call it? Let's see our business requirements. Our business requirements, what does it say? Okay, it says automatically retrieve. Okay, updates the post to responded. Let's say updates sales responded. On campaign change. Okay, so that's the name of our flow. Let's say the flow. Good. Before we activate our flow, like we always say, always debug your flow. And remember that we have already created, we already have a campaign and we have added campaign members to it, right? So let's use that. So click on debug. Amara, are you with me? Amara, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. I want to be sure that I'm not speaking to myself. Okay, so click on the campaign itself and then click on run. Yep. And our flow run.
Run
And
successfully.
Run successfully. Okay, so it got records. Okay. And then it loops through. Okay. And our loop follows the logic of coding. Do you see what happened here? Can somebody tell me, whoever has been coding, we know this. Can somebody tell me why it says iteration 0 and then iteration 1?
I think that was the addition that we did.
Iteration 1. Can somebody tell me what happened? Okay. Amara says the addition. Yes, the addition. Yes, you're right. But why is it starting from 0? Anybody that has been coding, we know this. Please, I wanted to talk. Why are you starting from 0? Who are you on this call? Why is it starting from 0? Anybody?
Okay.
Lloyd? Okay.
Yes, sir. Let me try. Let me attempt.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, in a collection like a list in coding,
Okay.
yeah, each item starts numbering from 0. So
Fantastic.
the first item is numbered 0. That's the position. Then the second
Yes.
one, 1, and that's how it goes. So it starts from 0 because
Fantastic.
of that.
Fantastic. That's the developer talking. Okay, so that's good. I hope that's clear to everyone. Okay.
Question, please.
Okay, please go ahead, madam.
I can see that loop is go to rotate about four members only. So if we
Yes.
1,000 member or more than 1,000, so I think the loop will be rotate for 1,000 times in this debug.
Yes.
So why we
Yes.
collect all the members first before we go to the
Yes.
loop?
Yes. Exactly. That's what will happen. Exactly. That's what will happen. That's exactly what will happen. Thank you. Any other person? Question?
Hey, can you explain what she said? Sorry, Tunde.
She's saying that now in our debug, we can see 4. It loops through 4 members. That's what happens if it is actually, we're talking about, we have thousands of campaign members in that particular campaign, what happens? Will it loop through the 1,000 of the member? And I say, yes, that's exactly what will happen.
Okay.
Yes. All right, so our flow is working as expected, at least in the bug, okay, because when you start writing flows and then you get into complicated into complicated odds, you realize that when you like to please hold on, you realize that when you actually you write a flow or you build a flow and then you debug it, it works as expected. In fact, it can even work in your own developer org or work in your own sandbox, and then you get into the production and it breaks. It has happened to me hundreds of times. Okay, please, Lloyd, you have a question. Then we can
Yes,
activate
I don't know
this.
if is it too early to ask the difference between for each and after last within the loop element?
For each
Yeah,
and
and
after
after
last.
last. Yeah.
Okay, okay, all right, that's a good question. It's a good question. Okay, all right, so let me go back into here. All right, so earlier we picked um, for first item to last item, and then last item to first item. Can you see it? Lloyd, you are the one that asked question. Please don't mute yourself.
Yeah, I can see it already.
Okay, no problem. It's fine. Please don't mute yourself yet. Okay. So now what it's saying is that, I told you earlier that loop actually does what? It does something in circle, right? So
Mm,
for each of the members that are inside this particular campaign, it will go to each one of them, Lloyd, Mojisola, Amara, and then it goes to all of them. Once it has done that for each and every one of them, then it is after the last one that it will now come like this and like this. Can you see the map of the line, not the map? Can you see the line?
I can see it.
Okay, it stays within that place. Let me debug again. You see it. You see the line again. It says in here, okay, until it has taken care of everyone. Then after it has taken care of everyone, then it comes this way and come this way. Can you see it?
Mm,
And come this way.
okay. So there's no
Yes.
like use case where you can add an assignment directly under the after last um
There's
plus
no there's
sign,
no
yeah.
there's no way you can add anything. Let me uh edit the flow. There's nothing you can't add anything here now. The next thing I can add
This
is
cross
here.
sign, yeah. Yeah, the
Yes,
plus sign there.
and that's where we added the update record.
Okay.
That was exactly where we added the update record. And you see it,
Yes,
it
yes,
is
okay.
in this plus sign that we added the update record. You can't add anything here. Can you see you can't put anything in? Can you see?
Mm.
Yeah. Any other question, please? All right, so let's go and test our flow in the UI. Okay, so refresh the page and then go into the campaign. If you still look at Lloyd's record, campaign record, you still see that it's still what? It's still status sent, not responded, right? Let's go into the campaign itself. And then let's go and our business requirement says it is when the campaign is updated, that's when our flow should run, right? So let's say, for example, I'm now making the type of the campaign to from direct mail to conference. I'm changing it to conference, and I'm saving it. Immediately I saved it, okay. If I go back into the related and I go into the, can you see the state has already changed to responded, right? Can you see it? But let's and go into one. Can you see now? Status responded. Does that work for everybody?
Yes, yes, it works.
Fantastic. Good, good. I'm excited. Annalyn, you have been very quiet today. Okay, so
Yes,
we
I'm learning.
okay, okay, great, great, great. Okay, so we actually supposed to go into so another example, but we will do that maybe on Tuesday when we meet. We go into another example for you to see another way. Another example for how loop works. Let me stop recording, please, because we already overshoot our time for those who are watching.